Yo, what's up? It's your boy Six and welcome back. Today I'm teaching you 3 tricks that you can do with a rubber band. So let's get this party started. So check it out. This is trick number 1. I'm going to take a rubber band and wrap it around my thumb. Watch very carefully because you actually see it melt right through my thumb. Alright, so here's the explanation for the rubber band through thumb. You want to begin with the rubber band wrapped around your left thumb and your first finger, just like you can see here. What's going to happen is my right hand is going to reach underneath. It's going to go in between those 2 strands. And now notice that my palm is facing forward. I'm going to pull to the right. My hand stays straight, but I pull to the right. So my palm is still facing forward. I simply reach inside and pull across. Now with these 2 fingers, I'm going to point them towards the ceiling. So as I pull this to the side, I'm going to point those towards the ceiling, and my left thumb is going to push forward just a little bit so that I can grab this strand with my second finger. It's going to grab it just like this. Once I grab that strand, I can pull it all the way through, and you notice that the second finger now ends up underneath this rubber band strand. It doesn't end up above it, it ends up underneath it. Once it's underneath, I can twist all the way around and stick my thumb inside. This creates a knot at the bottom. What I have to do now is pull up with my left thumb and first finger to tighten that knot so that I can let go. You can see the knot there. It's essentially what's called a slip knot, which means it will slip out. So because I've tightened it, it's holding it in place. If I hold it there for long enough, eventually it'll slip through slowly because it is rubber. But if I want to make it melt through my thumb, I can have somebody grab my thumb and hold on tight, or I can pinch my fingers together just like this. In order to make it melt through my thumb, I have to drop my left fingers down, and that's going to loosen the knot and make it pass right through my thumb. Again, my right hand, palm facing forward, reaches inside, pulls the rubber band this way. My second finger is going to come around and grab this strand here. It grabs that strand, ends up underneath this strand right here, as my right thumb comes all the way around and goes inside this hole. It looks like I wrapped the rubber band around my thumb twice. Once my thumb is inside, I got to pull up with the left hand. I can remove my second finger. It's going to hold that knot in place. Somebody grabs my thumb, or I pinch it together like this, and then I can take my left hand and lower it down, and the rubber band will look like it melts through my hand. And that is the rubber band through thumb. Check it out. Take any water bottle, any rubber band. A perfect trick for the summer. I'm going to wrap the rubber band around the water bottle just like this. You can actually have somebody hold this side and that side. They can grab one side like this. Watch, you'll actually see it melt right through the water bottle. How cool is that? So this is the rubber band through bottle. It's a great trick for the summer because almost everyone's carrying around a bottle of water. You just have to carry the rubber bands and you have an impromptu trick. You can do it anytime. Hey, if you're watching this right now, that means you're enjoying the video. Please hit that subscribe button. It means a lot to support the page and helps me continue bringing you videos every single week. Now let's get back to the trick. I'm going to begin by wrapping the rubber band around the water bottle, around the label, because I want this to cover so people don't see underneath. You could do it with a clear bottle and people won't really notice what's happening, but this gives you some extra cover. So this is wrapped around just like this. I'm going to pull down with the rubber band. As you can see, I have my fingers inside here. So either your second finger or your first finger inside. And you're going to pull down, just like we did before. Notice that I point my thumb towards myself. This is going to help because I want to rotate the rubber band, creating an X. So I'm rotating, creating an X. My left hand is holding from above with my thumb at the back and my fingers forward. I grab a lot of the bottle because I want my fingers to be able to be free. I'm really grabbing it with my third finger and my thumb. That's essentially what's holding it so that these fingers can be free. I'm going to pull down with the rubber band and create the X. Once I create the X, my second finger or first finger is going to grab this portion of the rubber band. So I create an X, and I'm going to grab this portion right here. It's underneath the cross. I'm going to hold that underneath the rubber band. Now I can twist back around and wrap this portion through the bottle just like this. Now all I have to do with my finger is just work it slowly out because I want this rubber band off my fingers. So I'm going to pull it out just a little bit and let the rubber band fall off, but I'm holding it with my fingers the whole time. This is allowing it, because if I let go, you see it might hold, but if just a little bit of pressure, it's going to go through. So what I want to make sure I do is I hold it with my hand. So So this wraps around, I make an X, my second finger goes inside underneath the X, grabbing that portion, and now I twist back again, creating another X. You see the second X right here? And I'm gonna just bring my right hand over the top and insert the cap into that hole. And it looks like I wrapped the rubber band twice. I can push it closer together. And now underneath, I just gotta pull my finger out just a little bit, but I'm still keeping it pressed against here, holding that in place. I can, if I have to, I can reach my thumb underneath and work it off my finger a little bit like this. But by holding it, it's now locked in place. So I can tell somebody to grab this end of the bottle, somebody to grab this end of the bottle. I grab this portion here, and all I have to do is let go with my finger. My second finger underneath lets go, and it's gonna look like it melts through the bottle. So at full speed, I wrap it around once, I wrap it around twice, I work it off my finger so this hand can help. That's why I do it over the label. Once this comes off, I can now grab one of the strands, it doesn't matter which, or I can have somebody else hold on to it. I can say, hold on to that, perfect. Somebody else holds here, and then simply by letting go of my second finger underneath, it melts through the water bottle. And that's how you melt a rubber band through a water bottle. Trick number 3, take any rubber band, and you can actually sniff it up your nose. Doesn't go too far though, because it goes right behind my ear. Alright, so here's your last trick, the rubber band up the nose and behind the ear. Let's start with banishing the rubber band up your nose. You're obviously not actually sniffing it up your nose. Don't try that at home. I'm gonna have a bunch of rubber bands on my wrist just like this. You should do the same. You don't want one rubber band on your wrist, because if you sniff it up your nose, immediately they're gonna think that one rubber band on your wrist is the same one. You don't want that to happen. So before your performance, keep a bunch of rubber bands on your wrist. You can do the other tricks that I taught you as well. Do it through the thumb, then through a bottle, and then close with this one. It's basically a whole performance. But what's cool about it is that the way you get into this is on the offbeat. So usually your setup is happening in real time, but now you want to set up when people are laughing or smiling or doing something and not paying attention to you. So on the offbeat means setting up when somebody's not paying attention to you. So if everyone's laughing in a conversation, what's going to happen is I'm going to grab one of these rubber bands off my wrist with my index finger inside just like this. My finger's pointing towards me. I'm going to pull it to the side. Now my second finger is going to go on the bottommost rubber band strand, and my thumb goes on top. Then I'm going to stick my index finger in the middle just like that. This looks like I'm holding one rubber band, but from this side you can clearly see that's not the case. I'm just pinching it to make it thinner, and my index finger's inside to create that illusion, but it's really still connected to my wrist. Just like that. So all I do is reach in, pull it to the side, hold it like this, and now I'm ready to begin the performance. By showing this, I can say, here's a rubber band, watch very carefully. Now I'm gonna take the rubber band vertically like this and put it against my nose. So what's gonna happen is as I do that, my index finger and my thumb are gonna pinch the rubber band just like this. My index finger is gonna pull out of the rubber band so it's no longer wrapped around it. I'm pinching it just like this between these two fingers, and it's gonna go on my nose. On the bottom, I'm gonna pull my index finger out of that hole and pinch it just like this. So now it looks like I'm just pinching it and putting it against my nose. Once I do this, in order to sniff it up my nose or create that illusion, I'm gonna let go with my left hand and my right hand at the same time, just like this. And it looks like it sniffs up my nose. One thing you wanna do is create some motion. So I still move my left and right hand together. This creates a good illusion. I grab my nose as if I'm wiping it, as if I stiff it up my nose. That creates another illusion as well. And that's simply all you have to do to vanish a rubber band up your nose. But now you're wondering how to end up behind my ear. Well, you take a rubber band like this, and before you perform the trick, you just stick it behind your ear. So if I'm around a group of people, I put the rubber band in my hand, I don't tell anybody, I turn to the side, and I scratch my head, and it looks like I'm scratching my head. Then I can grab the rubber band and get ready, but I keep my head tilted to the side, covering the exposure of that rubber band. So I can show the rubber band like this, say watch the rubber band, I'll sniff it up my nose. Now once I come this way, it makes sense to turn my head even farther. I pretend to sniff it up my nose, show my hand's empty. I say it doesn't go far, it goes behind my ear. I can pull it off my ear. You can actually walk up to a group of people beforehand with the rubber band behind your ear like this, and nobody's gonna notice it. Keep your head a little tilted to the side so they don't see it. And that's a great way to start a magic set. You can literally walk up to a group table, hi, nice to meet you all, watch the rubber band, oh, it vanished, it goes behind my ear, and it's a great way to start your routine. Then you can do another trick with this rubber band, like passing it through the thumb or through the bottle. It's a great way to do a whole magic set with just a couple rubber bands. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That's 3 great tricks you can do with a rubber band. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.